What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the WrestleGasm YouTube channel, where today we are here with episode 4 of my 0000 challenge on TEW 9 Fusion Pro Wrestling. First and foremost, I know I say this every episode, but I just want to thank you guys again for all the love and support that you guys are showing this series. It really means the absolute world to me. I did not expect it to go as well as it has. The fact that my subscriber count for this channel has more than doubled in only a couple episodes is awesome. I really thought, because I hadn't uploaded on this channel in like 2 years, so I thought, I thought it was a dead channel, but you guys have shown so much love and support, and that really means the world to me. I'm not going to keep bothering you guys with that though. I just wanted to show my appreciation. We're about to get into the show. One thing I'll mention real quick is in the last episode, I was talking about how there were some companies in the game like Progress who had like major debt in the database to begin with, and I was just so confused. I was like, is this an error or something? Like, this can't be real. Thank you to those of you who got into my comments and shared some info with me. Apparently it's legit. Apparently it's all true, which is absolutely crazy to me. I just wanted to mention that because I said if it's an error, I'll go in and fix it myself in the editor in the game. But no, apparently it's true. So they're just in debt now. Anyways, we're going to jump into it. This is Fusion Pro Wrestling Live number 9. We have 105 people in attendance. In a decent match, Cal Jack defeated Ace Perry in 7:31 by pinfall. Not a great match by our standards, but the logic here is someone in the comments said to hire someone with 70 plus star quality and build them up and try and turn them into a star for us. And that's essentially what I want to try and do. Cal Jack, who I'm not familiar with, I think he was on NXT, according to his bio, but he has this kind of like grizzly gimmick. Well, I mean, you can see it there, grizzly gimmick, but like a grizzly bear kind of thing. He has 70 star quality, but he hasn't been booked. He did some like indie appearances in the game, but hasn't been employed in the game for the whole like 9 months that it's been running. So he's gonna be rusty, as we can see here. So my goal is I'm just gonna have him beat some jobbers for a few shows, get rid of that ring rust, and it also allows him to build up some momentum and solidify himself, kind of, appreciate that grizzly gimmick a bit more, have him just like keep knocking people out. That's kind of the goal here. So Ace Perry came in as a jobber, but he had a 42 performance rating, so I might have to change that. The fact that he's a jobber, I might just have to sign him to the roster because 42 is awesome. I will say the local workers are getting more difficult to hire because usually I could hire them for like 20 bucks, but there's no one left who will go for that cheap. Everyone wants a little bit more. So we're going to be spending a little bit more money on wrestlers. Not too much more, but more money at this level is not great. So yeah, a 42 from Ace Perry is awesome. I will definitely keep my eye on him. In about that had superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Zeta Zhang defeated Ryan Davidson in 12:10 by submission with a sleeper hold. Now I said in the last episode that because Zeta Zhang was absent, she was like stuck at the airport, I had to change a lot of my booking. I had something very specific planned for this episode, but that had to be pushed back because now it's going to be Sonico versus Alpha Zoe for the World Championship in the main event, which if you missed the last episode, that's not a surprise thing. We're building up to it. It's the first title defense of Sonico is in the main event of this show. But starting with the next show, I'm going to get back on track with my Zeta Zhang booking. So yeah, I want to give her a win kind of in the lead up to what I have planned for her, but also because she had a creative finish that had just been kind of waiting there to be used. It didn't work out, unfortunately, but they still put on good performances, so I can't complain too much. And about that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Superiority Complex defeated Lowrider and Ruben Steele in 11:07 when Stephen Wolf pinned Lowrider with a treaty breaker. Exodus Prime was the weak link. Wow, okay. I knew he wasn't quite as high of a performer as some of our other roster members, but that is a surprise, especially Ruben Steele coming in as a jobber. Yeah, great match regardless. Again, Ruben Steele might have to look at signing, even if he is you know, a little bit more expensive than I would have liked. But yeah, Exodus Prime being a weak link is not ideal. Anyways, main event time, first world title defense. You can probably guess who the winner is going to be based on how the game has played out so far. In about the head, superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Sonico defeated AlphaZo in 1946 by pinfall with an EMF. Sonico makes defense number 1 of the FPW World title. So a 39 segment rating is not great. Let's just be honest about that. It's not great for a world title defense. Well, I mean, I suppose it could have been worse. But the bout dragged in the middle with a lack of flow being noticeable. I think that's probably comes down to the runtime of the match. I did try and make it 20 minutes just because it's a world championship match, you know. But, you know, a lot of bonuses, penalized for stamina, lack of psychology. Oh, the length given limited psychology. Okay, well, yeah, I guess maybe I made it a bit too long then, but it is what it is, I guess. So we're going to finish the show. Increased pop in one region. It's crazy that the world title match didn't beat the tag team match. Address the locker room. I don't know who to praise here, because I could keep going for AlphaZo and getting the benefits there. I mean, I feel like I've talked about wanting to book this genuinely and not using game mechanics, so I'm not going to go off of who could benefit from being praised. I'm going to go off who deserves it. Sonico pulled out a 50. Even if the match itself was a little underwhelming, he still pulled out a 50. And then I don't remember the specific ratings of the tag match, so I don't remember who performed better between Stephen Wolf and Lowrider. But I'm going to go with Lowrider just because it makes sense, and admittedly, yes, it does get an added bonus because we praised him last month. So Sonico was happy, Lowrider seemed pleased. We only lost $195. That is pretty damn good. Popularity cap, we're up to 7 now in the Mid-South. Yeah, alright, we're going to head back to the main screen. If there is anything important for me to show you guys there, I will. If not, I will see you at the next show, which will be FPW Live 10. Alright, so we are back. This is Fusion Pro Wrestling Live number 10 in front of 108 people. And about that had superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Ryan Davidson defeated AlphaZo in 10:41 by pinfall with a frog splash. 41 segment rating, really happy about that. Yeah, now that AlphaZo has challenged for the title, he's going back into just kind of the grind of just casually competing, trying to earn his way back up to the top. So that means there's no storyline reason for him to pick up victories right now, so this match is purely based on momentum. Ryan Davidson needed some, AlphaZo had some to lose, so yeah, that's all that went on here. Now I will say, because the commentators will be mentioning, well, we don't have commentators assigned, but I'm just going to say it anyways because it would be in like the posters or whatnot of the show. The main event of this show, I've decided, will be a tag team match, Superiority Complex versus Zeta Zhang and the FPW World Champion Sonico. And the way that match is being built is the idea that Stephen Wolf, Zeta Zhang, and Sonico are the pillars of FPW in its early days. That's something that's being used quite strongly. Like, that's being referenced quite a lot. And obviously they were the people in the first ever World Championship match. So this tag team match is a fun way to get all of the pillars involved without going straight back into a triple threat rematch, and also revisits that first world title match. So that's the main event tonight, so I want to get that out of the way early on. But yeah, 41 for the opening match, really happy with that. And about that, had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Cal Jack defeated Ruben Steele in 7:33 by submission. 30 is not very good at all, but again, I mean, it says they don't click, which makes for an awkward bout, and we're trying to get ring rust off of Cal Jack. Although it seems like he might, there's no like ring rust note here, so maybe he's already gotten rid of it. Penalized for physical condition. Okay, I'll have to try and look into that. I will mention real quick, this is going to be another 2-show episode. I wanted to go back to doing 3 shows per episode, but the reason I'm doing 2 for this one is because next episode I'm going to try to go back to doing 3, because the January show is going to be our first anniversary, and I want that to be something special. I want that to be something like, that's going to be our biggest show yet, basically. So if I do 3 shows on that episode, that means the main event of the episode basically will be the anniversary. So that's kind of my goal. So this is the last show for this episode, but the next episode will be a big one. So just want to mention that real quick. Moving on, and About had superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Lowrider defeated Ace Perry in 12:59 by submission, a 44-7 rating. I think I might have to just bring in Ace Perry because he's an awesome performer. He is, like I said last time, he is a little more expensive than the others, but actually, you know what? I think we'll do a recap at the end of this episode like we always do, but I think after maybe one more show, we might be out of debt. At that point, I might bring in Ace Perry and even Ruben Steele at that point, so we'll see. Anyways, it's main event time. And About had superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Sonico and Zeta Zhang defeated Superiority Complex in 18:11 when Zeta Zhang submitted Stephen Wolf with a sleeper hold. Exodus Prime was the weak link. This is a match where I would expect that, yes. So a 47 rating. Sure, okay, we can live with that. We got 2 performances in the 50s. I think this is Zeta's first time cracking... Oh no, the championship match, everyone cracked 50, that's right. But yeah, really happy with this. As you can see, we used a creative finish. I realized I had the Zeta Zhang creative finish waiting to be used, but I accidentally used another one which could have gone to anyone. So I mistakenly used that one last time. We're using it now. But a 40 rated main event. Can't complain about that too much. The Lowrider Ace Perry match kind of stole the show. Yeah, nothing too crazy to look out for there. But then, to cap the show, as Zeta and Sonico celebrate their victory over Superiority Complex, Zeta is the first to pick up the FPW World Championship belt. Instead of handing it to her partner, she keeps it to herself, staring at it for a while, realizing the potential that this title holds for her. Before long, Sonico snatches the belt out of her hands. The two lock eyes with a mutual understanding that for as long as Sonico holds that championship, they will cross paths, perhaps sooner rather than later. So Zeta, I've kind of made it clear over the past 2 episodes that Zeta is going to challenge for the World Championship. Because Alpha's over Sonico was very much Alpha going, I deserve this, give it to me, and Sonico being like, I also need to prove myself against you because I lost to you before. Whereas this is like, we are the pillars, we are the best, it's a mutual understanding, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that's just my internal booking or if that's coming across well, I have no idea. But either way, 27-7 rating is not great, but we're not going to get great angles at this rate anyways. We're kind of reliant on the matches. A 41 show rating is great, increased our pop, addressed the locker room. I'm going to go Lowrider again because he brought out the match of the night. And then I'm going to go, I know we've already been praising her quite a bit, but I'm going to go back to Zeta for cracking a 50 in that main event. Was pleased, seemed pleased. Financial report, we only lost $181. Post-show finances, negative 482. I think after the next show, we're going to be out of debt, but it could be after this show, for all I know. So let's close that. Popularity recap, we're up to 8 now. Nothing to do with the mini scrum. Okay. I'm going to head back to the main screen. I'm going to simulate till the end of the month, so we're going to get to the start of November, so that we can see what our finances are like at the end of the month. So I will see you guys there. Alright, so we are back on the main screen. It is now Sunday, the 1st of November, and things are looking great. We got $900 in that past month. One more show, and we're back in the green. We will have no more debt. Things are going so smooth right now. I could not be happier. I want to look at okay, so very low momentum, not be at all prestigious. Okay, so those are the other zeros basically. So momentum and prestige, basically nothing, but money, we're making it a decent rate. Pop, we're making it also a decent rate. So those zeros aren't really zeros anymore. I can't complain about that too much. One thing that was of interest, just going back to the promotions in debt stuff, is we got financial warning emails for Progress and AWG. So they may not last too much longer in the game. Obviously, there's the chance to try and take them over because of their financial debt, but because we are a lower size than them, they're just never going to take it. Yeah, not interested in selling out to a smaller company. So it's unfortunate, but even if we could, based on size, we definitely wouldn't be able to based on finances, because we're still in debt ourselves. We don't have 200 grand to spend, but it would be sick. Like taking over Progress, that would be fucking awesome. But yeah, that about does it for this episode. Again, it's kind of a short one, but that's by design, because the next episode is going to be a 3-show episode, so that we can cap things off with the first anniversary show. But yeah, so far, can't complain. Things are going really well. Thank you guys again so much for all the support. I know I've said it a bunch of times now, but I'm going to keep saying it because it does genuinely mean the world to me. It's the thing that keeps me motivated to keep making this series. So as long as you guys are enjoying it, that means I'm enjoying it. So yeah, other than that, I've said this a few times as well, but if you guys have anything you want me to do in the game, whether that be like sign a certain person, reach this goal, do this thing, whatever it may be, let me know. I'm happy to take on challenges and goals and objectives and tasks and whatever. Just let me know. I'm really excited to do all that stuff. And now that we're going to be out of debt in the next episode, we can do a lot more of that stuff. We can try and have a bit more fun with it. We can raise our like production stats. We can do a bunch more things. So yeah, that about does it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time.